The Trump administration is demanding details about what the MTA is specifically doing to make the transit system safer. But it says if it doesn't get the information it wants, if it's not adequate, the agency could be at risk of losing its federal funding. If you look at this door here, this front door, there have been security guards in and outside of the McDonald's throughout the day. And there's also a clear sign on the front door that says if you are under 20 years old, you're not allowed inside without a parent. Luigi Mangione has pleaded not guilty to all 4 federal charges. The plea comes as federal prosecutors have laid out their formal intention to seek the death penalty in this case. Here in Times Square, this is just one of many rallies and protests we are expecting in our area today. Israeli fighters continue to battle Hamas militants in Israel this morning, and that is just one of the reasons that the UN Security Council will be hosting this emergency special meeting here at UN headquarters later today. Just in the last hour, we are also hearing of an explosion in the Gaza Strip. Those are live pictures you are looking at right now. You can see smoke coming out of the Strip. We are working to confirm more details about this explosion. This is the new city-compliant outdoor dining shed at Mojito's Restaurant and Bar in Jackson Heights. It was provided to the business through a new pilot program that's giving them away for free to businesses in this district. The city is cracking down on these illegal smoke shops, and it means going forward that any commercial landlords who knowingly rent storefronts to unlicensed smoke shops, well, they will be fined. Nearly 3.5 million people are without power right now, and it's also generated 150 tornado warnings. Right now, residents and officials are just beginning their cleanup efforts. The main goal of the Department of Buildings this morning is to stabilize this structure so that so many of the tenants that have been displaced can at least go in to start to gather some of their belongings. Let me give you a look behind me right now this morning. It is still an active scene here in the Morris Heights section of the Bronx. Now you can see the partial collapse is visible at this corner. Officials here in Wayne Township have declared a state of emergency for this area, and they are warning of major flooding. Take a look behind me where we are here along the Passaic River. The area is completely flooded. The river has overflowed its banks. There remain so many questions about a brutal hammer attack that has devastated one Brooklyn family. A woman and her 2 children were attacked earlier this week by a suspect with a hammer. Police say the mother has since died of her injuries, and her 6-year-old son and 3-year-old daughter remain here at Bellevue Hospital in critical condition. For the 6th full day, investigators remain at the home of Rex Heuermann, combing the cluttered house for evidence and clues. This, as we learn, the investigation has expanded past Long Island and even New York. Today is a day for the history books. When Donald Trump arrives at court later this morning, he will be the first former commander-in-chief to ever be on trial for criminal charges. Now, lawyers on both sides are tasked with seating a jury that can be impartial in this trial.
There you go. There's your mermaid. Yes, smile for the camera. Yes,
oh my
beautiful.
God, you guys, this is hard. It took me like 30 minutes of practice, and I'm really out of breath as well, but it's a lot of fun. And as you heard there, it also builds a lot of self-esteem and confidence for the people that take part. I love yoga. I haven't done it for a few years, so I'm a little rusty, but who would not be inspired by this? Take a look, you guys. It smells absolutely incredible in here. Now, earlier this morning, we learned how to cook paella right here in front of you. You can see the dish is simmering hot. We got our first look at Luigi Mangione in state court since his arraignment in December. This was a status hearing, and in the end, no trial date was set. Luigi Mangione entered the courtroom wearing a bulletproof vest over his green sweater and white dress shirt, along with white pants. His lawyers asked for his shackles to be removed. The judge, citing security issues, said they had to stay on.
He's being treated differently because he's being held in federal custody than any other person who would be facing serious murder 1 charges in New York State court.
The 26-year-old Ivy League graduate is facing murder and terror charges in connection to the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Midtown Manhattan on December 4th. During the hearing, he appeared calm, listening intently. Most of the hearing was about the discovery that the prosecution has collected, including surveillance video, lab reports, and ballistic evidence. Mangione's lawyers objected to a motion schedule being set, arguing that there are 3 prosecutions happening at the same time: the state case, the federal one, and the case in Pennsylvania where Mangione was arrested, saying they still do not have many critical files and need more time.
What we haven't received is the police paperwork from New York City. We haven't received any of, they call them DD5s. Those are the follow-up police reports that detectives write. I am sure there will be hundreds of them, and we have not received those yet.
Judge Gregory Caro said it's got to start somewhere and set a defense motion hearing for April 9th, with prosecutors responding by May, and the judge making a decision about how to move forward by June 26th. Mangione's lawyers also raised concerns that there may have been search and seizure issues when he was arrested in Pennsylvania. She also took issue with the mayor and top police brass taking part in TV interviews and discussing possible evidence.
Luigi's right to a fair trial is being infringed upon because he is being publicly treated as guilty and as having the presumption of guilt as opposed to the presumption of innocence.
Meantime, the inside and outside the courtroom were filled with Mangione's supporters. His defense account has raised more than $500,000. Luigi Mangione has pleaded not guilty to the state charges. He is currently being held at a federal jail in Brooklyn. Reporting from Lower Manhattan, Kiran Dhillon, Pix 11 News. Dozens of helicopter tours take off from this Lower Manhattan heliport every week, and yesterday was no different. That fatal flight took off around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There were 6 people on board, including 3 small children. None of them survived, and now investigators begin the painstaking process to figure out why one family's birthday celebration took a fatal turn. Helicopter tours taking in Manhattan's breathtaking views are a common occurrence, but yesterday's fatal flight lasted less than 18 minutes. The Bell 206 L4 helicopter taking off from this downtown heliport and heading north along the Manhattan skyline before going south, ultimately crashing into the Hudson, the tail and main rotor falling as well.
The oh wow moment definitely hit.
The flight was chartered by tour company New York Helicopter Tours. Jerry Clopaldo and his wife took the same helicopter with the same tour company last weekend. He says he chose the tour based on price, length of flight, and company reviews.
Nothing felt alarming or concerning. It was smooth going up. Very thankful and very fortunate that, I am where I am right now. Thoughts and prayers do go out to the families.
We do have one confirmed aircraft in the water. We'll take a 206. Please keep your eyes open. You guys see anything in the water, please let us know. It's New York Helicopter.
In a statement Friday, New York Helicopter said it was saddened by the loss of life in the catastrophic crash, saying in part, quote, "At New York Helicopter Tours, the safety and well-being of our passengers and crew has always been the cornerstone of our operations. Our immediate focus is supporting the families and their loved ones affected by this tragedy, as well as fully cooperating with the FAA and NTSB investigations." The NTSB says the chopper is owned by Meridian Helicopters based in Louisiana. The company's website and Facebook page have gone dark. Meantime, at Pier 6 on Friday, a worker who opened the door of the downtown heliport had no comment. But a spokesperson for Skyports, one of the firms that manages the heliport, said in part, quote, "Our hearts go out to all of the families and friends of all of those impacted by this horrible incident. We are cooperating with all of the appropriate agencies and thank all of the first responders for their efforts." Nearly 40 people have died in chopper crashes in the city since 1977. New York Helicopter Tours has seen incidents in the past, including in 2013 when a Bell 206 also made an emergency landing in the Hudson after losing power. There have been some who've advocated for a ban on tourist choppers. Friday, we spoke to a family from England who said after this crash, they'll think twice about ever going on a helicopter tour.
To take the young kids on it, it's a little bit. I'd stick to a boat. I'd rather be on a boat.
I think, I don't want my parents to find out I died on helicopter on a holiday.
The NTSB says it will not begin to speculate on a possible cause of this crash because it says the investigation is in its preliminary stages. Meantime, we did reach out to New York Helicopter Tours for a direct comment. We have yet to hear back. We've also reached out to Meridian Helicopters. And as soon as we get more details on this developing story, you guys, we will bring it to you. For now, though, we are live in Lower Manhattan. Kiran Dhillon, Pix 11 News.